Now for a nice special, the LaGuardia Airport Express train. The train to the plane. The rather useless one, even. The LGX, which I'm going to call the LGA Express now, starts at either Pennsylvania Avenue, Halston Terminal, or Union Turnpike. The train goes express, giving the following stations: Fordham Avenue, Intervale Square, Fairview Avenue, 80th Street, and 67th Street. The LGX terminated at, you guessed it, 47th Street, LaGuardia Airport. The LGX makes no return trips back. The trains the LGX uses is the R44 and PST7, though you may see other trains on the Express. The most common and iconic is the R44. On the R44 and PST7, there are lettering on the side, so you can't miss it. Or couldn't, because it's not here anymore. Yeah, and on April 15, 2021, the LGX got discontinued due to it not really being needed anymore. An extra $2 ticket was needed to enter the LGX, along with the fare, which was probably part of why people didn't want to use it anymore. I'll start early with a history trip this time. The LGX began service on September 23, 1977, but was longer and shorter at the same time. Instead of having 4 terminals, the LGX only had 2, Bayview Parkway to LaGuardia, skipping K50th Street and Frankfurt Avenue. The line was created to aid in directing traffic focused on LaGuardia Airport. What about the CC? Well, that died. The first train that was on the LGX was the 2-car PLT-1 as a test. The permanent train car assignments were the R44s and one 3-car R46, with special lettering added a month later. The routing would change up on July 10, 1987, when the Stanhope tubes got messed up by the RARC gang. To assist the F&V, the LGX was rerouted via Caligon after Fordham Avenue to Ridgeworth Island, skipping Georgian Avenue. This change would stay after the Caligon line returned to normal service. Now for the LGX's first crash. On October 28, 1988, a terminating LGX was smacked from behind by a B train that was incorrectly signaled through. 6 people died. Now for another route change on June 12, 1998, where the LGX service on Caligon was deemed redundant, joining the LGX to Pennsylvania Avenue. To provide more service, however, it gained 2 more starting terminals, Halston Terminal and Union Turnpike, basically becoming part of the E-train. Second crash happened on June 22, 2009, where the LGX was entering 77th Street for a layup at Union Turnpike. But because of faulty switches, the train derailed with only the 3rd car staying upright. Thankfully, nobody died because there was no one on the train. The PST-7 will be added to the LGX's fleet in 2011, replacing most of the R44s on it. However, the PST-7 proved unpopular due to its short length, the size of the train being similar to an A-Division car, which meant the gap was huge. And similar to the PST-4, its brutal lack of front row destination, only containing one overhead sign saying the destination above the door. And since the PST-7 was originally intended to be for the LGX only, programs for any other line does not exist on them. So a good portion of the PST-7s got replaced by the R44s and are meant to get replaced by the PST-7s. Most of the PST-7s are in storage right now. All of them. We'll get into why later. The R46 was later reconverted to a regular R46 during February of 2014. And also, the LGX was reduced to 77th Street on July 8, 2015, for easier and quicker access to World Trade Center. And finally, on April 15, 2021, after being deemed too redundant, the LGA Express made its final run from Expo Center, leaving it to finally rest after decades of service. And I think I know why. Number 1, rolling stock. Let's be honest, the LGX was aching for new trains for a long time. When they got it, it fucking flopped. KB96s and RCCs would have been a great change to the LGX, but no. However, in 2000, there were plans for especially made KB96s to be made for the LGA Express, but it never happened and only stayed on the planning stage, which is beyond stupid. However, a few R68s and KB96s were put on the LGX for the summer of 2003. Number 2, the terminals, specifically Halston Terminal. It doesn't need to be a LGA Express terminal. It doesn't. The third terminal should have been 78th Street because it's both close to Idlewild Airport and is super busy compared to Halston. And because Pennsylvania exists, which is way more busier. Number 3, the reductions. The LGX has gotten shorter and shorter and shorter every change it had, going from East End to Caligon to being purely 5th, 2nd Avenues. And then from Union Turnpike to WTC, it's just been downsized every chance the TA had. To me, it should have been Ridgeworth to Idlewild via LGA, because you go to 2 airports starting from a major tourist attraction. That would be better than stopping at one airport with only one of the terminals being a major station. Number 4, and quite a more major one, the delays. As the LGX was created on the fly, a lot of what should have been added with it weren't considered, such as terminal tracks at LaGuardia. Since the LGX terminated at the express tracks, it completely fucked over the B and E, causing delays because the LGX had to terminate, wait for God knows how long, and leave up for another terminal, which, shocker, takes a good damn while. This factor was what caused the 1988 crash to happen. Overall, the LGX was a useful line, but the rolling stock, railroading, delays, and downside things made the LGX one of the most redundant services in PTA. But honestly, I kinda like the LGX. It was pretty fast, and the special R34s were pretty cool. The R46 too. Trivia time. The PSD7's announcements were done with CTS. Ugh. The R44 uses a similar idle sound to the original R40 mod. The LGX has the shortest lifespan of any PTA line out of canon, only being a line for 1 year. Maybe even less, I don't know, I forgot. As of today, and as of the recording of this video, most PSD7 sounds are absolutely fucked. The music for the LGX is Blue Sky by Paragon X9. You know, the Riddle School 3 song. By the way, you should play Riddle School, and that's all the trivia. So now, I'll give the LGA Express a 8 out of 10. It could have been better. It really could have. But this is Abi from Multi Topic. You guys have a great night, and thank you for watching.